And good evening, race fans. Welcome to Iowa. This is the National Speed Association, brought to you by V-Speed, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Chris, and with me, as always, my good friend Rick. Rick, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing fabulous, brother. How you doing? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. Everybody has Mondays, and I can't think of a better way to kind of put that behind you than with a good race. Here we are from Iowa, the National Speed Association, getting ready to go. This is race number 2 on the schedule, Rick, and this one going to be brought to you by not only V-Speed, but Al Smith Jr. Why don't we go ahead and grab him? And Al, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. You have a copy.
Got you, bud.
Hey, bud. Hey, first of all, thank you very much for sponsoring tonight's race. Why don't you go ahead and take the corner, as it were.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Coach's Corner, located in South Glens Falls, is a supporter of mine, and it's actually my father-in-law's little diner. Great, I guess you call it comfort diner food, homemade. It's really good. So pretty cool little place. If you're in the Lake George area, and stop by and tell them I sent you.
Absolutely, bud. And hey, listen, the floor is still yours. You got some more time. How's the car feeling to you tonight in Iowa?
It's not too bad. Just still trying to figure it out. At the most, I don't get much practice time when the Cup car as I would like I could, but it's I think it should be a pretty good race. I think it's going to be show who saves the tires the most to keep the car rotating, because it seemed like pretty early in the practice I was overdriving it, and then you could wear the tires out pretty quick, and then it just push, and you had to wait forever on the throttle. So I think it's going to come down to tire conservation, and I think new tires are going to make a big difference. So hopefully we get some green flag stops, and the team can do some decent pit stops down on the pit road, and we should be a pretty good time.
Absolutely. Al, thank you very much for spending some time with us up here in the booth. We really do appreciate it, bud.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the race.
All right.
Good luck tonight, bud.
Good luck, bud.
Thank you.
And that was Al Smith Jr. getting set to do some battling. And again, brought to you by V-Speed. There's a good look at Al Smith's car. Coach's Corner prominently on the hood. Thank you once again to Al Smith Jr. getting set to go out on track and get this thing started up. You heard him there, Rick. Tires probably going to be a little bit of an issue here tonight, but you know, Al is no slouch when it comes to tires.
No, I mean, Al's a really good racer, and I've learned a lot from Chris in my time knowing Al. And it is, I mean, tires are going to come into play tonight, and that's going to be huge. But some guys really like those older tires, so, you know, it's going to be interesting either way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have enough time. Let's drop down the point standings, because this is, again, race number 2. Last week, Dalton Tucker was able to secure the point standings lead. Jared Mogard is sitting in second spot. Todd Sargent, Calvin Allison, Matthew McLean, Chris Stump, Charles Widner, Josh Mayu, Stephen Page, and Keith Dunn rounding out the top 10. Then on the other side, you got Jamie Christensen, Adam Pettit, Douglas Hess, Trey Hoovler, Wesley Whitfield, Tommy Haynes, James McIntyre Jr., Justin O'Duff. There's Al Smith Jr. sitting at 19. Douglas Saki rounding out the top 20, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, and the interesting thing is, Chris, I mean, Dalton Tucker dominated last week, and here he is. He's got the fastest lap so far tonight of 21.258. So it's going to be interesting to see what the number 24 Napa Know-How guys can do here tonight in Iowa.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, settle in. It's almost time to go qualifying. We've got about 5 minutes left here at practice. We're going to step away for just a moment, bring you the beautiful U.S. anthem. We'll be right back.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts, we what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We are back live with about a minute and a half before the end of the practice session. Rick, why don't we talk to the folks a little bit about the track tonight?
Well, right now, Chris, I am looking at some. Oop, I'm looking at a pop-up for a. Okay, there we go. That's gone. Wow, that was kind of crazy. Well, right now we're under clear skies here, under the lights tonight, Chris. It's 70 degrees. That track temperature sitting at 73. The wind's out of the north about 4 miles per hour, so looking to be pretty good here tonight in Iowa. Obviously, there's 4 turns at 0.88 miles around this nice little. I think they call it the world's fastest short track. I think these guys are gonna have fun. We're in Newton, Iowa. They got some good potatoes and some good corn here.
Yes.
I know it's Idaho, but you know what? Iowa has potatoes too. My cousin lives there. And they say that they're better in Idaho. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, about 30 seconds to go, and yeah, Rick, I think this track temperature actually going to start helping these guys out just a little bit. You know, Al was talking about tires, and certainly with the cooler temperatures, they're going to have some grip, and we'll see what the setup brings. That is one thing that's a variable we don't know because we're not out there driving, but if that setup is tight, then, you know, the colder track isn't going to really help you all that much.
No, and you know, it's kind of interesting. I've been actually talking a little bit with Andy Lambert in the 70 Ace Hardware machine, Chevy, and he says that it's very tight, and he's trying to learn. I mean, last week we know that he didn't have a very good race. He got out pretty early, and we know Andy very well, and we know that these are not his kind of cars. No matter what kind of track you put him on, and he's having a really tough time. But yeah, he's noticing that it is very tight out there for him. So it's going to be interesting tonight.
Yeah, sure is. And here we go. A little bit of qualifying times coming right at you. Todd Sargent in the 87, first car out on track. Just shy of a mile here in Iowa. And I love this track. This is one of my favorite tracks on the service.
It's a nice track, and it is fast. If you can find the speed in this track, Chris, you can have a lot of fun, and you move a lot. It is. I agree. This is probably, besides Bristol, this is probably my favorite short track.
I've had multiple top 5 finishes here. Couldn't squeeze out a win, but I did pull a second once, so that's kind of cool. Can't win them all, as they say. Todd Sargent, first one across the line at 21, 319. Good enough for the pole so far. Dale Albright bringing it right into second. And boom, just like that, pushed down to fourth. Wesley Wakefield and Jamie Christensen pushing him down. And oh boy, it's happening quick now. James McIntyre on the ball. McIntyre with a third place run so far, 21, 446. And these times are coming quick.
Yeah, a lot of drivers out there, they're like, hey, listen, we're going to qualify, man. I mean, you know, at a track like this is one of the tracks that you want to qualify, Chris. You want to try to do the best you possibly can. So these guys are just nailing them out right now. We see it. It's almost too hard to even say where everybody is. But right now, Todd Sargent right now is got the pole with that really fast lap of 21.319. Tommy Haynes, he just took over second position in his 17 machine with a 21.363. Wesley Whitfield is in third right now.
Rick, I was laughing because I caught Fluffy's car. JJ Garrett.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I haven't seen that yet. That's going to be the number 35.
Yeah, wait until you see that paint job. It is.
Oh boy.
It is interesting. Al Smith finishing up right now, sitting in 12th spot. Tommy Haynes still coasting around the track. We got Chris Stump out there ready to qualify. Stump in his number 98 Toyota Camry. One of those drivers didn't really have the week we were expecting him to last week, Rick, but here he is again to try it out.
Well, you know, Chris, I mean, first race of the season, anything can happen. These guys are excited. You know, they've been gearing up for this for the last 8 weeks now. You know, last week it was 7 weeks, and a lot of planning, a lot of things going on there, and you just never know.
And Trey Hoovler and his Toyota just smashes into the wall. He's going to end his qualifying effort with that. Chris Stump, we saw him kind of peel off, didn't want to finish that lap, back out there to try again. One of the big differences between the real life and iRacing, Rick, if you kind of make a little faux pas during your qualifying lap, you can go back and restart as long as you don't cross the start-finish line. Chris Stump taking advantage of that, comes back out now. Just passed his hot lap, getting ready to qualify that number 98.
I mean, like you said last week, not the week that we thought Chris Stump was going to have, Chris. He's a very, I mean, we've known Chris for a long time, and we watched him dominate multiple times. But again, we're in the A car, so this is something that a lot of the guys, I mean, these guys are all coming pretty much from the same 2 leagues that I pretty much know, and those are short track leagues. So when you get in there, you know, they messed around a little bit with the Xfinity car, they messed around with the truck, but mainly it is the late model and the super late model. Almost said Legends. I love those cars. Got to get back on those soon. But you know, so it's a big change, man. I mean, they go from, you know, the beginner cars right up to the top-notch cars, and there's a lot to learn there. Dalton Tucker, I was waiting for that, Chris. He had that fast lap during practice right now. He took over the pole from Todd Sargent with 21.249.
Blazingly fast, 221.429, but we're watching Jared Mogard get around this track right now. Last week, second spot for Jared, and second in points coming into tonight. Mogard looks like he's got that 00. I buy it wound up pretty darn good right now, sitting in 5th spot. One more lap to try and finish it off. And looks like that lap just a bit slower. So Mogard going to be starting in 5th spot. Well, looks like the Napa know-how knows how to get to the pole tonight, Rick, because qualifying is coming to an end. And the 24 are going to be taking that inside front row spot.
We got a really good car count here, Chris. I mean, our qualifying board only shows up to the 20th position, but there's 24 cars out there tonight.
Yes, sir. And we're going to get ready to grid them all right around the corner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough chit chat. Time to get ready to race. And the field is as follows. Starting on the pole, the Napa know-how number 24 are going to be Dalton Tucker. And to his outside, driver of number 87, Todd Sargent. Starting inside, second row, going to be the 98 of Chris Stump. And to his outside, Tommy Haynes in the 17. Jared Mogard able to pick up a 5th starting spot during his qualifying effort, with Wesley Whitfield in the 74 to his outside in 6th. James McIntyre Jr. in the 81 going to start on the inside, row number 4, with Charlie Widner to his outside, starting 8th in his 95. Josh Mayu going to be starting 9th tonight in the 02, and just across from him, the 10th place starter, the number 90 of Trey Hoovler. Stephen Page going to start his number 1 car in 11th position, with Douglas Hesrick starting in 12th in the number 25.
Then starting in row number 7, Chris, it's the Green Mountain Madman himself. That's AJ Hamill in his Toyota Camry. Number 18th going to be starting 13th. Next to him, it's going to be the 88 of Matthew McLean in 14th. Row number 8 is going to be the 35. I saw that paint and I like it. AJ Fluffy Garrett going to be starting in 15th. Adam Pettit in the 57 going to be starting 16th. In row number 9, that's going to be Al Smith Jr. in the 96 Coach's Corner Machine. 18th, Jamie Christensen in the 9. And row number 10 is going to be 19th place, Dale Albright in the 26 Machine. Bruce Potter in 20th in the 59. Row number 11 is going to consist of Keith Dunn in 21st in that 38 Machine. Andy Lambert qualifies that 70 in 22nd. We got Justin McDuff in the 20. He's going to be starting 23rd. And next to him, it's going to be Doug Wysocki in the 45, rounding out the field, Chris.
It's going to be a good night here live on the Turn 3 Racing Network, bringing you all the action. And we cannot wait to get this one started. Iowa, very fun track. I can't wait to watch these cars get around here. Blazingly fast speeds, Rick.
It's going to be fun, man. I mean, this is a really fast, short track. It's a lot of fun. There's some good banking on here, man, so you can really pull some moves. And it's going to be real interesting to see what Dalton Tucker can do in that number 24 Napa Know-How. And next to him, the 87 Fantasy Lab Toyota, getting ready to get it on.
Yeah, Todd Sargent starting to the outside of that front row. Watch that second row as well. It's got some power there. The 98, Chris Stump, and the 17 of Tommy Haynes. Pace car getting ready to peel off, getting set for the green flag here from Iowa, getting set for 150 laps, 133 miles, the scheduled distance here tonight. Pace car is off. The 24 holds them all up, getting ready for a clean start of this race, and we've got it. Green flag is out. The 87 tries to jump on the outside, going into turns number 1 and 2. It is the 87. Great start to this race. The 87 Todd Sargent heads out front. Dalton Tucker sitting in second spot.
I think Tucker's trying to figure out what the heck just happened, man, because Sargent was on the ball, man. He was ready to go, and here comes Chris Stump. Chris Stump sitting in third right now, Chris. He's starting to work his way to the back bumper there of the 24, and he's bringing the 00 with him.
Yeah, very odd line that you have to run here. You don't want to be all the way to the top. You don't want to be all the way to the bottom. Somewhere in the middle usually is where you find the speed. Chris Stump making a wire at him, staying up just a little bit higher than I would normally, but, you know, I'm not going to say he's doing it wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, he's running in third spot so far. Jared Mogard in fourth spot. That's the 00 Rick was just talking about. Looks like the 24, Dalton Tucker, starting to edge up towards the race leader. We'll keep an eye on that. Tommy Haynes in the 17. He's running in fifth. James McIntyre in the 81. He is up to sixth position with Trey Hoover right behind him in the 90. Too wide, just a little further back. Looks like it's the number 25, Douglas Hess, to the inside of the 88. Matthew McLean with Hess in the 25, looking for an advantage, can't find it. And here comes the 35 to the outside. That's JJ Fluffy Garrett in the 35, that hot pink machine, trying to get it around this little track.
From the little itty bitty.
JJ Garrett making that pass around the 25. The 25 now has a battle of the 02. That's Josh Mayu. Mayu on the outside. The outside seems to be working really well so far in this one.
Yeah, Douglas Hess in that 25 ramp machine. He is just kind of stuck there, Chris. He really can't do much. And as you said, here comes the 1 now. The 1 of Stephen Page trying to fight on, but here comes the 9. The 9 moved down. Jamie Christensen, he's going to come down. He was going to help out 25. He says, nope, I'm just getting around this car, man. I'm out of here. And Right now, Douglas has kind of stuck on that inside lane. Chris battling it out with the 1. Now here comes the 9. The 1 is now clear.
Stephen Page taking away 13th spot from the 25 of Douglas Hess. The 9 of Jamie Christensen trying to do the same. Can't quite get there this time. Oh, there he is. He's clear of the 25. That puts Christensen up into 13th spot. But the 1 battling back on the inside. At the line, it looks like it was the 1 of Stephen Page holding on to position. The 9 is working his way around this track on the top side. The 9 of Jamie Christensen doing a good job so far.
Douglas Hess finally able to get on that outside lane, Chris, but not before losing a bunch of positions. Right now, that 1 machine, he's sitting there. He's finally starting to settle down a little bit. Now we got some just regular single file racing, something that we're normally used to seeing here at Iowa.
Up front, it's still Dalton Tucker in the 24. He's being followed by Todd Sargent in the 87. A couple of fans out there in Facebook, in YouTube land. Jared Mogard sitting in 3rd spot. Still Chris Stump in 4th. Actually, that's different than the last time we were seeing it. Mogard able to get around Stump. So Mogard starting to move up towards front. Stump just running his laps. Head back to the backside of the field. We've got Al Smith Jr. He's the sponsor of tonight's race. He's running 23rd position. The guy behind him, AJ Hamill. Hamill running last on track right now. Don't know exactly what happened to him. But right now being scored in 24th. Andy Lambert in the 70 is sitting in 22nd, trying to get a feel for this A car. It does drive different than what Andy is used to. And a lot of these guys, honestly. So good job on him, just keeping it on the track, trying to stay in his lane and keeping it moving. Just ahead of Andy, it's Keith Dunn in the 38. Dunn trying to work around 45 of Doug Wasaki. He's to the inside. Wasaki sitting on the outside, heading into turns 3 and 4.
You know, just a little while ago, Chris, that's where Andy Lambert was. He was battling it out with these guys, and finally Andy pulled way down onto the inside lane and just said, listen, guys, go ahead. I'm just out here trying to learn. And like you said, I mean, these guys, a lot of these guys are not used to driving these cars, Chris. A lot more weight, a lot more horsepower, and they drive a heck of a lot different than what, you know, these guys are used to in the late models or super late models. And so it's a big learning curve, but man, these guys are really pouring it on, doing what they have to do. I mean, they're out there. It's going to take a few races. Once you get those few races under your belt, you're going to learn how to get around each track with these cars. I mean, it is tough here at Iowa, but these guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, Andy may have found a line because he was able to close in on the back bumper of the 38, but let's go just ahead of them as that battle continues on. The 59, Bruce Potter, kind of racing by himself right now in 19th spot, Rick. In front of him, we got a bunch of cars, 4 of them to be exact. The 26, Dale Albright, Justin McDuff, part of that pack. Adam Pettit,
I've been watching these guys. Yeah, I've been watching these guys, Chris, and they're going inside, outside. They're trying to find out where that speed is right now. J-Mac able to hang on. He moved up to 16th position in that 20 Arts Barbershop machine. I think they're starting to settle out a little bit. Now they're going a little 2x2. You see the 25 there, Douglas Hess. He fell back quite a bit, Chris, sitting in 15th right now. He's going to go back to 16th now, as J-Mac's able to get around him in the 20 machine. And I have a feeling he's going to be bringing the 57 and the 26 with him.
57 working to the inside. That's Adam Pettit. He's trying for position. Pettit trying to get in front of Cassidy. Looks like he has. We'll shoot up just a little bit more. It's Double J Fluffy Garrett in the 35. Garrett starting to catch the back bumper of a few cars in front of him. Looks like we've got the 88 of Matthew McLean first on the sights of Fluffy. Fluffy using that low line, holding that 35 very close to the yellow line, then lets it float up out of the corner to the wall down the backstretch, setting up the turn number 3. Doesn't go down quite as far here in 3 and 4 as he did in 1 and 2. So definitely a different line for Double J here tonight.
I've been watching the 88 there. James McIntyre Jr. in the 81. Chris, he is under a little pressure here from the 88. Matthew McLean working that inside lane right now. They're kind of drag racing. My scoring's going 9th, 8th, or 9th, 10th, 9th, 10th, 9th. Now he's 9. Across the line, he stays 9. 88 moves up behind him, finally not able to get around the 81, so he's just going to hang on back there and see what he can do. Wesley Whitfield sitting in 8th position, that number 74 machine. He's got his sights on Kelly Widener, and that number 95 sitting in 7th position. Trey Hubler is sitting in 6th. Tommy Haynes, 17, sitting in 5th right now, Chris.
Yeah, then you got Chris Stump working 4th spot. Todd Sargent in the 87. Running in 3rd. Todd Sargent dropped the position to Jared Mogard. Mogard getting around this track pretty well, but Dalton Tucker in the 24. Starting to pull away just a little bit. A 1.5 second lead over Jared Mogard. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and thank everybody for coming out on a Monday night to watch a little racing. This is the National Speed Association, brought to you by V-Speed. Tonight's race sponsor, Al Smith Jr. Al Smith Jr. in the 96, currently running in 23rd position, trying to find his way around this track. Well, Rick, it's a Monday night. We've all gone to work at least once this week. Hopefully not on Sunday. My goodness. I guess what we should probably think about doing here is, I don't know, how about we crank it up?
Crank it up, buddy.
Goodness, that is the way we like to get this thing rolling here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you once again for coming on out. We really do enjoy it, guys, and we can't thank you enough for spending time with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Again, tonight bringing you the National Speed Association presented by V-Speed. Al Smith Jr. nice enough to be the race sponsor tonight here in Iowa. Dalton Tucker, your race leader right now, and that's where he started the race. Behind him, Jared Mogard started 5th tonight, and he's running currently in 2nd spot. Chris Stump started in 3rd. He's working his way around the 87. Todd Sargent to take that back. Sargent touched the lead for a little bit there, for about 7 laps, and now he finds himself in 4th position. Tommy Haynes started tonight in 4th. He's fallen back to 5th spot, but only a 1-car slip. Not a big deal there. He's got plenty of time behind him. It's Trey Hubler. Hubler started in 10th position. He finds himself currently running in 6th position. Charlie Widener, he started in 8th position. Now up to 7th. Matthew McLean. Big time gains there out of the 88 machine. Started in 14th and finds himself running in 8th. Fluffy Garrett started 15th, running in 9th. Another big gainer there. McDuff started 23rd, all the way up to 10th position. Holy cow, 13 positions gained for the 20. Josh Mayhew started in 9th, has slipped a couple. Back to 11th spot with Wesley Whitfield in the 74, right behind him. Whitfield being scored right now in the 12th position, started in 6th tonight. James McIntyre started in 7th spot, got up to 6th, right now currently being scored in 12th position. Stephen Page in the number 1 car, started in 11th, and has slipped a couple back to 13th position. Justin McDuff started. Whoops, did we go with that? Oh, McDuff, all right. Adam Pettit. How about we go with the 57? He started 16th, currently running in 15th position. Doug Hess. We saw him. He started up in 10th position. Oh, excuse me, 12th position. He got up to 10th and then fell way back. He was on the outside, kind of got trapped there. And right now being scored in 16th. Dale Albright started 19th, has worked his way up to 17th position. Bruce Potter started 20th, now finds himself in 18th after scrubbing the wall a little bit. Danny Christensen started in 18th position, the 9, was battling up there for a little while, and now finds himself in 19th position. Keith Dunn started 21st, right now running in 20th position. Doug Wasaki started 24th, now running in 20th. Excuse me, Wasaki 21st. Andy Lambert, not going too far, too fast. Started in 22nd, currently being scored in 22nd. Now Smith Jr., he started in 17th position. He made it up to 16th before falling back down to 23rd. And AJ Hamill, the last car on track, started in 13th, and right now finds himself in a little bit of danger, to be honest with you. The 18, the last car on the lead lap, running in 24th position. Why do I say he's in a little trouble? Because he's a lap down.
He's a lap down, Chris. I'm not exactly sure what happened with AJ there. I mean, as he said, he started in 13th position here tonight, and he fell back, and I kind of thought it might have been just one of those, hey, let's play it safe. You know, it is a short track. These guys are going to be racing pretty hard, you know, save my equipment. But man, AJ, at least he is able to start the race this week.
Under caution for the first time tonight. Looks like it involved the number 74, Wesley Whitfield. Gonna have to go back and take a look, see what happened.
It was 74 and 1.
Let's see if I just really backed up too far there. I think I may have. Here we go. Oh, it looks like the 74 goes down low. And the 1 ran out of room. The 1 into the 74. Heavy damage to the left rear of that car. And Wesley Whitfield heads back out on track. So first caution of the evening, and that's going to bring a whole host of cars out onto pit road. The 26 Dale Albright staying out.
That 26 pretty sharp looking car there, Chris. Got kind of like the sunburst colors on there. I like that.
Yeah, a little Patron action.
Could go for some of that tonight. Although I probably wouldn't make it into work tomorrow, and I know you'd probably be a little upset with that. Only because I didn't share.
Lead lap drivers all completed with their service. Here comes the lap down guys. And that should surrender the lead back to the 24. Dalton Tucker. Tucker's led 34 laps tonight, one of only 2 drivers to lead laps tonight. It's going to be him and Todd Sargent.
You know, Albright got that one lap led, Chris, and you know that's good for a bonus point at a season. You know, these guys don't have too long of a season, so every point. I mean, it doesn't matter where or how long your seasons are. Every point matters. So if you get out there and get a bonus point, get her done. That's exactly what Albright did.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Albright now being scored on my screen with a lap led, so congratulations to him. We'll make that 2 lead changes over 3 drivers. Like Al Smith Jr. and AJ Hamill able to get their laps back. Oh, no, excuse me. Al Smith Jr. was the lucky dog. AJ Hamill still being trapped 1 lap down. And something did happen to the 9 car, Rick, as it looks like he is putting it in the hauler.
I was just going to say that I was just actually confirming it. What we like to call a little mechanical issue there. So the 9 cars going into the hauler, probably packing it up there for the rest of this race here. Only showing 2 laps down now, but you know, when you get booted from the server, sometimes it's hard to get back in, and you know that you're going to be losing a bunch of laps. So that's unfortunate there for Jamie and the 9 crew.
This time by, pace car lights should go off. Cars should start folding in 2 by 2. Top 2 rows going to be the 24 Dalton Tucker, Jared Mogard starting in his 00 on the outside. Chris Stump going to restart in 3rd inside 2nd row in the 90 of Trey Hoovler. Going to start on the outside of that 2nd row. We'll go back 1 more. It's going to be Todd Sargent in the 87 restarting in 5th. And Charlie Widner in the 95 to his outside.
I mean, 40 laps in, Chris. You know those tires are getting pretty squirrely out there. So the caution came out just at the right time. I mean, unfortunate there for the guys that got tied up there. But there's a lot of happy drivers out there, I'm sure, right now.
Yeah, I would think so. Pace car drops off, and Dalton Tucker takes control of the field in that 24. Tucker holding strong, and then it's the go pedal. Dalton Tucker trying to hold on to the lead. That outside line so fast here, Rick, the 00, Jared Mogard, has control of the field, and he is your new race leader.
I was just going to say that, Chris, you know. Tucker got a really good restart, but man, that outside lane is just flying right now. And like you said, Mogard able to get that 00 around there. Now he's leading that number 1 spot. The 90 was out there. He was trying to. Chris Stump kind of stuck down below now. The 95 goes up on that outside lane. That's Charlie Widener. Widener's going to try to do what everybody else has been doing. I mean, they're really going to start trying to make that outside lane work again. We know that's where all the speed is right now.
Yeah, about halfway up on the track is where the speed is. And you can see it again here tonight. The 87, Todd Sargent trying to move his way forward. He's doing it on the inside. The 88 of Matthew McLean passes him cleanly on the outside. And
We got a battle for the lead right now, too.
Yeah, Dalton Tucker doing it hard way on the inside. Really be able to keep the momentum. So tough here to do it on the inside, Rick.
It is tough. I mean, it can be done, especially if another car goes down there and helps him out. The 90 would move down and get right there, maybe push a little bit. But man, right now, Mogard doing a really good job protecting the lead right now.
Yeah, he's running that line that the 24 really wants to be in. Here comes the 90 of Trey Hoovler. Hoovler trying to move into this battle. And And that's the one thing you have to be very cautious of, Rick, when you're racing side by side. That allows other drivers to catch back up to you. Here comes Hoover, and he's bringing the 95 of Widmer.
Chris Stump's kind of just sitting back there in fifth position. Chris going, okay, you guys go ahead and battle it out, because I know it's going to help me out if I just sit here and hold my line, do what I got to do. He's got a good competitor there right behind Chris Stump there. That's Matthew McLean in the 88. Here comes a 20 of Justin McDuff. He's on the move, Chris, too. He's got some speed in that number 20 Toyota.
Yeah, he's trying to move that Arts Barbershop number 20 up towards the top 5. Has a couple of spots left before he's there.
Folks out there in Turn 3 Racing Network, if you ever find yourself here in beautiful Vermont and you're maybe going down to Thunder Road in Barrie, mine and Chris's favorite track, it is our home track. You got to get down there in a couple more weeks, buddy. But listen, if you need to get your ears lowered a little bit, head on over to Morrisville to Arts Barbershop. Let them know that the Turn 3 Racing Network and Justin McDuff tell you.
Dalton Tucker in the 24, battling once again for the race lead. Mogard defending on the outside. Battle too close to call at the line, actually showing evened up.
Yeah, they were really close there, Chris. I mean, obviously Mogard has that preferred lane. He moves up a little bit. That's going to be dangerous, because that's going to allow the 24 to move into where he wants to go. But no, the 24 says, okay, we just crossed our finish line. I'm going to set myself up and try to do it again. 24 definitely looking on the outside lane, Chris. He wants to get on that outside lane, try to get a little bumper in there to force the 00 down below, with the 00 not falling for it. Doing a great job defending the lead right now.
Just in, Jamie Christensen back out on track. Bruce Potter now not on track. So the 9 comes back, the 59 ejects.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jamie Christensen in that number 9 machine, Chris, sitting in 23rd position. He is 8 laps down right now.
The Yeoman's
AJ
effort.
Hamill. Yeah, exactly. A forever, man. Jamie, one of the league admins here, putting on a really great league, Chris. I mean, again, a lot of these drivers are short track drivers. They like the late models, the super late models. They've been in them for quite a few seasons. So they wanted to do something different this time, and it's been a lot of fun being here in the booth with you, that's for sure.
Absolutely, having a blast. And like I said at the top of the show, Rick, I love this track. This is probably one of my favorite tracks on the service. You know, people can like their Daytonas or their Bristols all they want to, but this right here, 9/10 of a mile, this is a lot of fun for me.
Well, the thing that's nice about it, Chris, it is a short track, especially for these cars. You know, they consider this a short track, but it's very fast. There's a lot of banking. There's a lot of speed here. So, you know, Bristol has a lot of banking, but it's small, and the way that it's just shaped and everything, you don't really have a lot of fun. Here in Iowa, you're able to open it up a little bit. I mean, we've seen, and we've been part of 3-wide racing here before. Now, it is tight, but it can be done. And that's when it gets real fun.
Chris Stump working his way around the 95 Widener. Widener went up a little too high there, and that allowed Stump to get around him. The 88 of Matthew McLean had an eye out on that one, saw what happened, and maybe looking to try and take advantage of it. And just like that, though, Justin McDuff takes a real low line out of 4 and gets to the back bumper of McLean. Checking in on one of my favorite paint jobs here tonight. It's the 35, Fluffy Garrett. I don't know why, but that one makes me smile. All right, I do know why. It's fun.
You know, that's the thing about JJ Fluffy Garrett, Chris. I mean, he's a very good racer. He's very serious when he gets out there, but he always likes to make people laugh with his paint schemes. And we've seen some doozies in our day, let me tell you. That one's right there with him.
Checking in on Albright, Dale Albright in the 26, running a middle lane. These guys setting up for 3 wide. The 25 may have made contact with the 26, and here comes AJ Hamill leading the charge. He's got the 17 behind him. It's Tommy Haynes. Haynes trying to figure out if he can do anything on the bottom end. They're stacking up right here, Rick.
Yeah, stacking up. I mean, that is a huge thing to worry about, Chris. I mean, a lot of cars on a really small track. I mean, anything can happen. These guys really got to keep it nice and cool. Right now, Albright's doing a good job. He's out there, but here comes the 17, Tommy Haynes. He says, hey, I want that position.
Haynes doing it the hard way to the inside. Gets around Dale Albright, and now Albright has Adam Pettit right behind him. Pettit in the 57, been a little quiet tonight. Maybe starting to make some moves, but 25, Doug Hess. Seen him have some issues here, but right now settled into 16th spot. He does have Al Smith Jr. right behind him. Smith may have started to figure this one out. Ooh, almost made contact. Smith goes way down low, heading into turn 1. So Smith making it happen. Another guy starting to make it happen. The number 45 on the inside line. It's Doug Wasaki. Wasaki really doing a fine job out there. Nice clean car. And we've kind of grown to expect that out of Doug. Wasaki taking the inside lane. Makes a pass over the 38 of Keith Dunn. Dunn with the power on the outside, holding on to that momentum, able to get back, and now Dunn drops down below Hess. Heading into turns 1 and 2, looks like Dunn may have the slight advantage over the 25 of Hess. Can Hess fight back on the outside? So far, so good, heading into turns 3 and 4. The 38 of Dunn holding position at the line, has 17th position. He took it away from Doug Hess in the 25, and again, we're starting to see some things change here, Rick, because he did it on the inside.
You know, as these guys get used to the setup, Chris, the track, you know, I mean, we're obviously under the lights here right now, so that track just kind of doing what it's doing right now. It's 69 degrees air temperature, the track temperature is sitting at 74, so you know, it's starting to come in. These guys are really learning how to race these cars around this short track. I mean, you know, in a lot of cars and even in the trucks, and I think we raced here in the modifieds. I think that's where you got your second place finish, if I'm not mistaken, or actually it might have been in the B car. I can't remember. But once you get things used to doing, you hit your braking points, because you do need to use the brakes a little bit here. Maybe if you're not using the brakes, you're downshifting the gear just to slow down as you're turning the corner. But once you get it figured out, get real fast here and you can have a real good time.
Momentum, momentum, momentum. It's all about that momentum here in Iowa. It's okay to come off the throttle a little bit. You don't really want to touch your brakes all that much. If you do, you kind of break that momentum. Oh, the 88 having a little blinking issue, sparks flying. I don't think he actually hit anything. I think that was just iRacing overreacting. Working our way up towards the front of the field. We're looking at the 90th Trey Hoover. Hoover sitting in 4th spot in his number 90. Trying to remember what that paint job should remind me of, but for some reason, just not coming to me. Top 3 running nose to tail. Chris Stump able to catch the top 2 drivers, and because these guys are racing each other, Rick, and really, like I said, that will allow another driver to catch you. So gotta be very wary of that. And now if the 24 of Dalton Tucker goes to the inside, Chris Stump may try and take a spot to the outside lane.
Well, you know, that's one thing about Chris Stump, Chris. He is very cool, calm, and collected. He will sit there and he will be patient for as many laps as he has to for one of these guys to make a mistake. Now, one mistake, like you said, that they've already done. They've been racing each other. That allowed Chris Stump get around the guys that he had to, take over third, and now he's right there at the back bumper of the 24. So he's just waiting for these guys maybe to mix it up just a little bit. And I honestly think Tucker knows that, Chris. So that's why he's kind of just hanging out with the 00 right now, because he knows Stump is right there, and Stump will make that move once that door opens up just a little bit.
So good battle going on within the top 3. Trey Hoover kind of separating himself from 5th and 6th spot, but it's Charlie Widner in the 95 Justin McDuff in the 20. The 20 of McDuff to work his way all the way up to 6th spot. And he's looking for more. He's to the inside of Widner right now. The 20 machine really flying around this track. He has found some speed, and the 20 going to be awful tough to hold back. Todd Sargent in the 87 trying to make a move around Matt McLean. McLean on the outside in the 88. Sargent on the inside in the 87. McLean able to defend, so Sargent gets back onto the rear bumper of the 88, resets, try to do it again. Josh Mayhew sitting in 9th spot. Double J, Fluffy Garrett sitting in 10th. McIntyre just outside of that top 10 running in 11th. He's got Tommy Haynes and Steve Page right behind him. Page has a little bit of damage to that front bumper. We saw that during that first caution way back on lap 44, 45, somewhere in there. Iowa is a lot of things, not really an aerodynamic track. That little bit of damage to the front end, not causing much of an issue for the one. As long as he's able to keep it cool, it shouldn't blow up. It should be okay. Dale Albright in the 26, trying to make his way back up into the top 10, sitting right now in 14th spot. He's got Adam Pettit right behind him, along with Keith Dunn and Al Smith Jr. Smith, tonight's race sponsor. Wesley Whitfield in the 74. We saw him get into it just a little bit, and he's got the damage on the back end to prove it, but the 74 is still making his way around the track. Doug Hess in the 25 behind him, running in the 19th spot. The 45, Douglas Stuckey trying to catch up to him. If Wasaki can catch him, he might have just enough car to pass him. Wasaki doing a good job here tonight. Andy Lambert running in the 21st spot down below the apron. It is the number 70. Looks like he may be coming down pit road, Rick.
Well, you know, Chris, we had that first caution there at around the lap 42, I believe it was, 41, 42. So it's getting to that time where guys want to come down. They know what those new tires and that fresh tank of fuel really did for them there at the restart. So it's going to be interesting to see. Like you said, there's a couple guys down on pit road right now. That's what you know, I think we're going to start seeing that, especially as the leaders. I mean, these guys are going to race hard until they have to come down. And when they come down, I have a feeling those top three are going to come down together. That's something serious happening. But it's right around that time where I'm sure those tires are screaming just a little bit. Lap time's dropping off. Want to get back, get going, make that car feel good again.
Nothing better than 4 Dr. Feel Goods. And he might not be wrong on the timing either. If these guys came down around lap 44, that splits it in half to 90. And they definitely wanted tires around that point. Andy may be looking maybe 2 more or 1 more stop after that one. Except for my correction is being made for me. Andy Lambert seems to have left the racing surface.
You know, I talked to him a little bit there at the beginning of the race, Chris, when the guys were going to practice. I mean, Andy, you know, he's very strong, very, very strong on the short track and with the short track cars. Now, you get him in a truck, Xfinity, or an 8 car, struggles a little bit. And, you know, I talked to him and said, listen, you know, don't worry about it last week. Just come out here, do what you got to do. And he goes, man, I got a lot to learn with these cars. I mean, they're totally different. With the new, you know, the new builds that have been coming through on iRacing, these guys that don't race these things week after week after week, it's all new. And it's a big learning curve. And a lot of guys, you know, there's quite a few guys like Doug Wasaki. I know he races pretty much everything, man. Doug Wasaki, he's racing on the server pretty much every night of the week. and all different kinds of things. So he's kind of got a one up. But for some of these new short track guys, you know, they're jumping into this car. It's tough. And Andy was complaining. I mean, I know Andy drives kind of like I do, Chris. He likes that boost look race car, and he said it's very tight tonight. And you know, for him to put out 89 laps, 87 laps, he did all right.
Yeah, speaking of doing all right, up the second spot is Chris Stump, able to get around Dalton Tucker. But maybe by running that slightly higher line earlier on, Chris Stump able to save some tires. Now you see him searching for grip when he was heading through the turns. Stump may be making his way towards the front. Jared Mogard holding on. Mogard has led 46 laps. Tucker led 36. Only two other drivers to lead laps tonight. It's going to be Sargent and Albright. Fastest lap of the race, Rick, of 21.520. Last time by, the race leader ran a 23.042, so serious drop off as we go under caution. Looks like it's the 38 of Keith Dunn. He has Hess right behind him in the 25 to 25. Looks to the inside. Oh, just comes up into him. Simple case of the car got tight and he just came up into Albright in the, into Dunn. And that brings out the latest caution. Dunn being scored a lap down, but part of that caution. So AJ Hamill should get the lucky dog. As Dunn was able to come back around. Right now being scored on that lead lap, I believe AJ Hamill will get the lucky dog. AJ Hamill didn't have the season starter that he wanted last week. Right as he was getting ready to come out on track for the race, his internet connection failed him. Mogard with a really strong pit stop. The 98 going to make it out in second. 24 of Dalton Tucker. Looks like he's coming out in third spot. Keep an eye on the 18, see if he does get that lucky dog coming down pit road first. So just what the doctor ordered, Rick, 4 fresh tires and a tank of fuel. It's going to be about 56 laps left. Making about 53, I think, when they go back to the green flag. Almost 2/3 of the way done here from Iowa. I want to go ahead and thank everybody once again for coming out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the National Speed Association presented by V-Speed. Tonight's race sponsor, Al Smith Jr.
These guys have been doing a good job here tonight, Chris. I mean, we got about 55 laps left to go here as we're sitting here under caution right now. Still quite a bit of racing left, but man, you know, for a lot of these drivers, I mean, we keep saying it, but we gotta let the people know. I mean, these guys, a lot of them are short track racers, man, and they're doing a fabulous job. I mean, this is huge for them, you know, and they're really working their muscles and everything, and you know, Only having 2 cautions so far tonight. Not too bad.
Oh, I'd go ahead and say it was pretty damn good, actually, Rick. And these guys definitely proving something to both us and themselves that they are capable of holding on to the reins of these Monster Energy cars, the A car. Pace car lights are off. Cars are folding up 2 by 2, getting ready to go back to the green flag. They're working their way through turns 2 and heading down the back stretch. They'll get through turns 3 and 4. Pace car, that beautiful 2019 Ford Mustang GT, gonna drop on the pit road. It could be for the final time here from Iowa. Your race leader, the 00, Jared Mogard, deciding to take the top lane, and why not? That top lane on every restart and the start of the race has been dominant. And he wastes no time, Rick. Green flag is out now, and the 00 with a good jump. Very good jump, actually. Jared Mogard has a big gap, 0.3 of a second.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of pulling away right now, Chris. Now that's kind of dangerous. So the 24, he's going to find that lane that he really wants. I mean, Mogard right now, he's really right up there up against the wall in that really high lane. And just look at that. Here comes the 24. He's got his preferred line, Chris, about a halfway up. Now the 00 kind of closes that door there, but the 24 working very hard on the inside right now, trying to go for that lead. But man, that 00 is fast. But right now, here comes Tucker. Dalton Tucker and the Napa Know-How number 24. These guys are drag racing it down through. 00 at the line. Finally says, yeah, I got it, man. You can move up behind me now.
That 24 had to make that challenge, Rick, on those fresh tires. You know they're going to stick, so you just put the hammer down, and the 24 tried. The only difference is he had the wrong lane. If he was in that top lane, he'd be the race leader right now. These guys very even. Oh, the 00 gets in the wall a little bit, gives a wiggle. The 24 able to get down to the inside. Heading into turns 1 and 2, the 24 of Dalton Tucker may have the lead here. The 00 recollecting and battling back on that outside lane. So fast up there.
Yeah, that outside lane, Chris, very fast. Now it's starting to come in. I mean, as the rubber gets laid down on the track, you know, these guys are going to be moving around a little bit. We're getting a little later in the night. But what an outstanding job by Mogard there. Able to collect it and hang on to it there. I mean, that could have spelled disaster right there.
Yeah, wicked move of the race, and if he wins, his driving skill right there to save that 00 was the move of the race. The 24 still trying to figure out a way to get around him. Dalton Tucker working that back bumper for everything he's worth. Mogard just holding his line, Rick, and they are running exactly the same line right up until the end of those turns.
They really are, Chris. But you know, with these guys actually battling it out, just so even the small amount they're allowing a lot of guys to move up. You got the 90 of Troy Hubler. He's out there sitting in third. You got Justin McDuff from the 20 machine. He's starting to get up there. The 88's right there. Matthew McLean, Charlie Wagner, and Todd Sargent. I know you got a couple of fans out there on YouTube, so you know you're doing a good job right now. Todd Sargent in the 87, sitting in 7th position. Josh Mayhew right behind him in the 02, just a little ways back. But even that group with Mayhew and Garrett, they're starting to catch up. Tommy Haynes, he's there also. So these guys battling, man, it is allowing a lot of cars to get caught up.
Dalton Tucker was looking for the race lead again, shut down. As we check in on the 95, that's Charlie Widner. Widner has Todd Sargent right behind him. Josh Mayhew is cracking the top 10. He's running in 8th position in the 02. Fluffy Garrett running in 9th.
Oh, the 00, Chris. Got really loose up into the wall. Justin McDuff, the new race leader. Wow.
Heavy damage to the right side of the 00, the 24 and the 20. Able to get around new race leader Justin McDuff. McDuff in the 20 has been working this track very well tonight, and now that he's up front, boy, this could be a very different race. 107 of the 150 laps make it 108 completed, and Justin McDuff starting to run away with this one just a little bit. Dalton Tucker had that moment. Now he's regathered the 24, and he is heading back up toward the back bumper of the 20. Mogard able to recapture what he was doing earlier. Now back into third position. McLean in the 88. Running in fourth. Sargent fifth. Trey Hoover right there. Running in sixth spot. Now the two swapping side by side. The 87 and the 90. Hoover decides to tuck it back into that top lane. The 87 takes away position. That's Todd Sargent working his way back in the top 5.
And what an outstanding job by McDuff, because he was just kind of hanging back there doing what he had to do, and he capitalized on that moment there. And I'm actually pretty shocked that Mogard was able to hang on to that thing. I mean, he bounced off that outside wall. You know, Dalton Tucker kind of moved away. He's like, okay. But man, McDuff, he made the move of the race. Really, he did. He did an outstanding job there.
3 wide racing for just a moment. And Trey Hoover had a little bit of a wiggle out of his car, and it kind of stacked everybody up. Hoover was able to get going again, but not before Fluffy Garrett able to catch the inside. And Garrett working the inside, turns 1 and 2. The 35 and the 90 will drag race down the back stretch. Garrett trying to get into the 6th position. At the line, can't do it, tucks back in behind the 90 of Hoover. And McDuff is the race leader in the 20 car, being followed by Dalton Tucker. Tucker has led 36 laps. McDuff has already led 7. These laps are going by really, really quick.
Yeah, they really are.
Todd Sargent running in 5th spot, and then 90 of Trey Hoover starting to catch the back bumper. He's bringing J.J. Garrett along for the ride, and that ain't all. Tommy Haynes, Charlie Ridner, Josh Mayhew, all part of that group trying to catch the backside of the 35. 35 still trying to work over that 90 of Trey Hoover. Hoover holding that line pretty well right now, right behind Todd Sargent.
Miner's got some big damage there on the back of that number 95, Chris. I was just checking out his paint scheme, pretty cool. He's got Autism Speaks on there, the Mountaineers.
Uh-oh.
I believe so.
35, Garrett got loose. Went down the little yellow line, saved it, came back in, but loses a lot of positions. Rick goes from 7th to 11th.
You got to be careful there. You get down on that apron, Chris. It's pretty slick down there.
Yeah, the apron here is no moss. You don't want to go there. Dalton Tucker still trying to figure out a way around the 20. The 20 looked like he got a little tight right there, really close to the wall, able to turn it left just at the last moment. And that allowed McDuff to stay off the wall, but very close to that wall. Tires starting to go away already, I believe, on that 20 machine.
You know, we got about 31 laps left here to go, Chris. So the cross-tire finish line is going to be 30. Right now, McDuff's doing a good job, but like you said, I think those tires are definitely starting to fall a little bit there. See, Justin McDuff's best lap so far tonight, 21.819. His last lap at the line there, 22.726. You got Dalton Tucker. He's out there doing his thing. His fastest lap here tonight so far is a 21.520. His last lap there was a 22.807. Oh man, he might have something for McDuff. I mean, maybe just kind of hang back a little bit, save some tires, do what you can do, maybe cool them off just a little bit, make a run for it.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to. You got to save the equipment for the end, and I think Dalton Tucker realizes that he just needs to save those tires, maybe make a last-ditch effort to try and get around McDuff. Right now, watching third place runner of the 00, Mogard. Mogard, who was able to save his car not that long ago, still in third spot, but Matthew McLean starting to pull in the 88.
Yeah, look at Dalton Tucker, Chris. He is working the inside right now of J-Mac in that number 20 machine. Not able to do it as I cross start finish line there, but he's definitely looking. I mean, he's really close. And I think, you know, kind of like what we're just saying, his best bet is to stay right on the back bumper of the 20. Don't push it too hard and make that last ditch effort. But right now at 24, he was looking on the inside there. You see J-Mac go way down and actually pick up a lot of momentum there on that bottom lane, Chris. I mean, definitely starting to come in. It's going to be, you saw some sparks flying there. It's just the bumpiness of the track. Car's bottoming out just a little bit. But Tucker, he's not happy there, Chris. I mean, he's dominated here tonight. Not as much as Mogard. Mogard actually led 61 laps. Tucker has led 36. Justin McDuff right now, 20 laps led.
$25 laps to go. Can McDuff hold on to it till the end?
Ooh, we're under caution.
Oh, caution now. May involve
Might have been Doug
45,
Wysocki.
Yeah.
Yep. And the 74.
So watching the 45, Doug Wysocki. 74, Wesley Whitfield working to the inside. 74. Oh boy.
38 got a little piece of that too.
Yeah. I'll tell you about it, Rick. Let's go back and look at it one more time. It looks like the 45 and the 9 kind of got into the wall almost at the exact same time. Turns 3 and 4. Yeah, the 45 and the 9 kind of dancing on the wall at the same time. The 38 actually able to avoid it. Did lock up the brakes to do it though, and that brings out the third caution of the evening. I'll tell you who didn't really necessarily want to see that, the number 20 of McDuff, as he was the race leader. Dalton Tucker with the best pit stall of them all, by virtue of taking the pole here tonight, has that first pit stall. Left side tires are up on the 24. This one's going to be close. Oh, not as close as I thought. 24.
You really got to watch.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to really watch pit road speed, Chris. It's pretty low here at Iowa. That pit speed limit is only 40 miles per hour. So, I mean, McDuff, he really wanted it. I mean, he came out here second. And now he's got to race 24. A guy who's been pretty dominant here tonight. Got the pole. Has been very fast.
Well, points are going to shake up pretty good tonight, Rick. Let's take a look at them as we came into tonight's race one more time. Dalton Tucker, who is your current race leader, current points leader, still going to have the race points lead if everything finishes as it is right now. Jared Mogard, second spot in the points, running in third. Todd Sargent running in third in the points with those 38. Sargent right now being scored in fourth spot. Calvin Allison, fourth in points, not in the race tonight. Matt McLean is in the race tonight. He's running fifth in points and fifth on the track.
Well, you know, a lot of things are going to change here, Chris. I mean, points pretty close. I mean, I know it's only the second race of the season, but man.
Well, there's not a lot of races this season, Rick. So, moreover, you mentioned earlier every point counting. Well, doubly so when it's a short season. You don't have that. Well, it was just that one race that had a bad race. No, that could be the championship right there. So, you have to be on your game every single week here with the National Speed Association.
Well, I mean, let's just look at the schedule here, Chris. Next week, I know we're going to be at Richmond. That's going to be a fun track. You guys going to do well there. Then we're going to head over to Bristol. Rockingham, my favorite auto club. That's going to be fun. That's going to be on October 14th, man. 2 days before my birthday for the California 100. Got my first official truck win there. I like auto club. Then we got Darlington, Dover. Got Phoenix, ISM, however you want to call it, Michigan, Myrtle Beach, and then we're going to be ending November 25th, man. Now, November 25th seems like a long time away, but let me tell you, folks, when you're out there and you're scheduling your league races, it is crazy on how fast those weeks go by. So November 25th, it's going to be the NSA. That's going to be the National Speed Association Trophy Dash at Homestead. So you're absolutely right, Chris. I mean, we're already, it's only race number 2. But we got Richmond, Bristol, Rockingham, Auto Club. Can't wait for that one. Darlington, Dover, ISM, Michigan, Myrtle Beach. That's going to be fun there. Beach Bum 200. And then Homestead, man. Those weeks are just going to fly right by.
Yes, they are. And speaking of flying by, this race is flying by. With only 20 laps left to go, pace car is getting ready to come down pit road. When they take the green flag, it'll be 19 as they cross the start-finish line. Your front row, going to be Dalton Tucker in the 24. He's your race leader, restarting to the outside. The 20 of Justin McDuff to the inside. Car starting to fold up in the 24. Hits the go pedal. A little bit of wiggle out of the 24, but that's okay because he is gone. The 00 of Jared Mogard trying to get around the 20 of McDuff. And what a good move he did to the inside of the 20. Now, can he hold on to it, or does the 20 have the momentum to hold? Here comes the 87 of Todd Sargent. Sargent trying to be a factor in this one.
I mean, Sargent's been there most of the night there, Chris. I mean, he's having a really good night.
Oh, we go 3 wide, and there's not enough room. The 90 going around.
Oh, got that live.
Oh, boy. That was a big one. Trey Hoovler goes around, and the one problem with Iowa, Rick, is we can say it's wide and we can do all that. It's not self-cleaning. My goodness, wait till you see this one. All right. So we're watching the 90. That's Trey Hoovler. Hoovler racing up towards the front, running in 6th spot. The 88 to his inside. Let's see if we can detect exactly when it happens. He comes up real tight to the 87, goes 3 wide. The 88 was there. The 90 tried coming down. Then the 88 into, oh my goodness. Oh my. Rick, how about we hop into the cockpit of Fluffy Garrett and watch this thing unfold in front of him, because he was definitely in this one as well. You can see it happening out in front, and then everybody kind of just piles in. He's looking for a spot and just can't seem to find a way around that thing, and that brings out caution once again. The 88 ending up on his rooftop, Matthew McLean.
Yeah, hopefully McLean not in VR, Chris. That's one of those moments where you just shut your eyes, take your hands off the wheel, and just wait.
Oh, definitely. All right, so we got a bunch of drivers that are coming down pit road, going to have service done to their cars again, and why not? If you're a little bit further back in the field, maybe those 4 tires will help you out. Up front, though, it is Dalton Tucker, Justin McDuff, Jared Mogard and Todd Sargent in the 87, making up your top 4. 17 of Tommy Haynes running in the top 5. The 95 of Charlie Widner running in 6th. Josh Mayhew in the 02 has worked his way to 7th. Chris Stump, I don't know exactly what happened to Stump, but I saw that he was running way down in the field. He has made his way back up into 8th spot. Adam Pettit in 9th, and James McIntyre Jr. rounding out the top 10. These guys starting to race like it's getting towards the end. Tried to go 3 wide, just not enough room. And that brings out caution once again. Would like to thank everybody watching here on YouTube. Once again, you're tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're bringing you the National Speed Association. It's presented by V-Speed. Tonight's race sponsor, Al Smith Jr. Unfortunately, it looks like Al Smith not able to complete this race. Fell out of it about 28 laps ago. Gonna be a very quick shootout here, Rick. And well, some guys have new tires. Some are on about 10 lap old tires.
That's where it's going to get interesting.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if it's gonna really make a big difference or not. We'll find out. The cutoff line right now, top 10 stayed out on track, 11th on back, came down pit road. Still a few drivers on pit road after that big crash that we just witnessed. Wesley Whitfield on pit road, along with Stephen Page and Matthew McLean, who of course ended up on his roof. That was a wild ride. So cars are folding in 2 by 2. Once again, pace car lights are off. We're heading down the backstretch. Getting set to turn these Monster Energy cars back loose here at Iowa. It's going to be 12 laps to go when we go across the start-finish line to take the green. And the flagman is going to get busy. ...2019 Ford Mustang coming down pit road. And the 24 takes off, spins his tires a little bit once again, but able to hold on. And this time the 00, Jared Mogard, not able to get to that inside line. The 20 defending that properly, but the 87 of Todd Sargent working that upside line. Sargent looking for second spot. He's up tied by side by side with the 20 and then falls off. And the 87 goes up high again, looking for that spot. The 20 goes up and blocks him. The 00, Jared Mogard, works his way back down. Meanwhile, the 24, Dalton Tucker, is starting to run away with this one as these guys busy racing away. And the 00 and the 17 get together. Somehow don't crash. And here he goes, the 00 now looking like he's going sideways. Everybody stacking up once again, but they have to stay on the gas. Now the 18 gets into the 81. Ooh. Holy cow, this thing keeps going. It's under green still, 3 wide, heading into turns 1 and 2.
Oh, there goes AJ in the 18.
AJ Hamill going around. Caution flag comes out. The 26 into him. Oh, this one's turning wild. All right. We're going to have to figure this one out. So we're going to keep an eye on... I don't even know where to start. I guess we should go up to the 00. That's where it all kind of started. 00 and the 87. And then the 17 gets involved. These two guys get together and they're able to hold off and save it. But then it looks like the wind came off on the back of the 00. He got really sideways. The 18 into the 81. That starts a really big ruckus as the 00 is able to keep going. Then they go 3 wide. Hamill tries to stay off from the backside of the 00 and ends up going sideways. And
A lot of things going on all at the same time there.
Ends up getting into Albright, or Albright ended up getting into him rather. 2 more torn up race cars.
Now Mogart saved that, man. That was just outstanding.
Yeah, I don't know. I could watch that 5 or 6 more times. Rick couldn't tell you how he did it. Him and the 17 of Tommy Haynes getting together. And just for a moment, we thought, hey, it's going to be okay. And then, oh man, all hell broke loose. So we got a lot of beat up cars out there all of a sudden, Rick. The last couple of cautions have really done a number on the field. Last 2 cautions kind of starting up towards the front of the field, and that's no good for anybody who's behind them.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Man, those guys sitting 1, 2, and 3 right now, Chris, they've been battling hard all night here.
Jamie Christensen getting his lap, or one of his laps back, by virtue of not being a part of that wreck. Well, we'll go down the top 10 just so we have an idea of who all is out there. The 24, Dalton Tucker, your race leader. Tucker has led 52 laps of this event so far. Behind him, running in second spot, the 20 of Justin McDuff. McDuff was able to lead 22. The 87 of Todd Sargent running in third spot. He's led 7 laps tonight. Tommy Haynes sitting in fourth spot in the 17. Charlie Widner running in 5th spot in his 95. Chris Stone running in 6th. JJ Garrett, Fluffy, running in 7th spot. Then we got Doug Hess and Keith Dunn, 8th and 9th. Rounding out the top 10, it's going to be Adam Pettit, Doug Wasaki sitting in 11th. Josh Mayu in the 02, sitting in 12th. James McIntyre in the 81, running in 13th. Jared Mogard all the way back to 14th position. And Trey Hoovler in the number 15 sitting, or excuse me, in the number 90 sitting in 15th spot. AJ Hamill, Wesley Whitfield, Jamie Christensen, Stephen Page all on pit road for service. May not make it back in time. Troy Hoovler comes to a stop on the apron.
I mean, I'm already not sitting in my chair all the way, Chris, but let me tell you, when you're on a basement level and you have your window shade open and all of a sudden you see an animal looking in, it kind of freaks you out a little bit. My cat wants to come in, I think.
Meow, all the Fluffy's paint scheme.
Fitting for tonight.
Now we're setting up for a little bit of a shootout here, Rick.
Yeah, we got 5 laps to go. It's going to be 4 as these guys get to the start finish line, Chris, and the pace car's off. The green flag is out. And Tucker and that 24, man, he's got the Napa know-how about how to get around here tonight. He's been strong all night. He had to battle it out a little bit, but he is back up towards the front there, getting a really good restart. And here comes Justin McDuff right behind him. Kind of reverse from what we were talking about there a little bit ago. Now it's going to be real interesting. I mean, we only got a couple laps left to go. Now 3. So if Mr. McDuff's going to do anything, he needs to do it now.
Yeah, you got to send it. Hope it sticks. Colin Tucker, Justin McDuff, Tommy Haynes, Todd Sargent, and Chris Stump, your top 5. White flag, checkered flag in the hands of the gentleman holding them flags up in the flag stand, indicating 2 laps to go. Dalton Tucker trying to run for everything he's got. Here comes the 20 with a good move to the inside, definitely gathering up a little bit of speed. Can he hold on to it coming off turn 4? He does. So closing the gap just a little bit. He's going to need a wicked effort here as the white flag flies, going through turns 1 and 2. Your race leader, Dalton Tucker, Justin McDuff. The battle looks like it's brewing pretty hard for 3rd spot. Rick, keep an eye on that. The 24 coming out of turns 4. Dalton Tucker looking to take it away along with Justin McDuff. 3rd spot ends up being Todd Sargent. What a finish. Dalton Tucker, your race winner.
Man, what an outstanding race, Chris.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. Going to come right back, get some post-race interviews in right after this. And we are back live after watching 150 laps. Man, oh man, what a race, Rick. This was awesome. Guys, let's go ahead and get started with these post-race interviews, starting finishing 3rd after leading what did he lead? Sargent. He led 7 laps tonight. He started in 2nd spot, ends up in 3rd. A good run for him. How about it? The 87, Todd Sargent. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, I got you.
Well, bud, it was kind of an up and down night, but man, I want to really kind of go over the last, I don't know, 20, 25 laps or so, because it was getting wild out there, even up towards the front.
Yeah, it was getting real crazy there towards the end. It was real tough to pass. Obviously, you could see everybody was trying to get to the top side and get a run on the front of the back. It was just so hard to do that on somebody without running into them, and I'm glad we was able to get another 3rd. That's 2 in a row. So,
well, it's a good run, a good start to the season. 2 top 5s, 2 top 3s even. The 87 tonight showing a little bit of that wear from the track. It was a tough track tonight, and like you said, it looked like it was a little bit tight. The upper groove had the speed. I saw a couple of guys that were able to make passes on the inside. Were you ever able to do that tonight?
maybe a couple times on fresh tires you could run the bottom and pass somebody, but once those tires were going, the outside was pretty much our only shot. It was frustrating, to say the least.
Yeah, it certainly can be, but nonetheless, a 3rd place finish tonight. Todd, anybody on the 87 that you need to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Coach's Corner for sponsoring the race. Thank all you guys for coming out and racing. It's been a good crowd the last 2 weeks, so it'll be fun to keep that going. I'd like to thank my brother, Tucker Sargent, Ricky Brandon, Lori Brandon, Sam, we out over in Afghanistan watching, and thank you guys for broadcasting for us. We'll see you next week.
All right, Todd. Thanks very much, and you have yourself a good night. And that was the driver of the 87, Todd Sargent, bringing it home in third spot tonight in second place. We've got the driver of the number 20. It's Justin McDuff. Justin, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you. How you guys doing?
Well, doing all right, but it's been a little while since we've talked to you, but here you are finishing second tonight, man. You had a hell of a car. It was fast, but it just didn't seem like you had exactly what the 24 had tonight.
Yeah, it definitely was fast. I think I started 21st or 23rd because I messed up in qualifying, and then it was just kind of rallying from the beginning. I was more of a long run car, so I really didn't want to see that yellow because the car had just started to come to me there when I was out front, and then we got the yellow, and he took advantage of that first pit stall and was able to get the lead back, and I kind of thought I was in trouble. So restarting on the bottom, and then we only had about 20 laps left. So, but I'm happy to bring it home second. I don't race these cars a lot. I don't have a lot of experience in them at all, so it's a pretty good effort. I love Iowa, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun watching you lead the 22 laps that you did, and certainly you did start back in the 23rd spot and ending up in second. It's a good way to start the season off. Anybody on the number 20 that you need to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank Arts Barbershop and the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. I run those on all my cars and iRacing, and Art's been a big supporter of myself and AJ and everyone on the Empire Racing team, my teammates. So I would love to get him some TV time, and Cerebral Palsy Foundation, something that I hold near and dear to my heart. My brother suffered from cerebral palsy, so it's cool to represent them and get them on the broadcast as well.
Absolutely, bud. All right, bud. Thank you very much for stopping in and having a little chat with us. Congratulations once again on bringing that thing home in second spot tonight.
Thank you. Have a great night.
That was the driver of the number 20, Justin McDuff. And the last guy we have to talk to, Rick, has once again left his car. The number 24, Dalton Tucker. Dalton, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you, man.
Well, bud, it was a hell of a night for you, man. You led 59 laps, second only to Mogard, but you led the most important one, the last one. Why don't you take me through that last pass on Justin McDuff for the lead?
Basically, as y'all could see, any kind of passing on green flag was extremely hard. So when the caution came out, I knew having the first pit stall, that was going to be a big help to me. And it definitely was. I think I came off a couple of car lengths in front of him, and with 20 laps or so to go, I knew people would be pushing, cautions come out, so we'd have these short 5-lap runs, and luckily it worked out for me like that.
Oh, absolutely. And the easiest way to pass is on pit road sometimes. And you're right. You had a couple of cars advantage over Justin McDuff there when you came out, and that kind of sealed the deal for you. If we had stayed under green, did you have anything for him?
I think I was a little faster than him, but it's so hard to pass without. I accidentally got into Jared, and extremely sorry about that. I tried to give him room to correct it, and it's hard to pass. You can be all up on someone, and you just get the run off. If you're on the inside, they can pinch you down, and you can't get a run. So I don't know. I might have, but it would have been extremely hard to pass him. He was pretty quick at the end.
Yeah, he said he had a long distance car. How about yourself? Were you more of a longer run type car, or did you find speed right off?
The first run I had, I was definitely, I think, the fastest long run car, but being out front, clean air, stuff like that definitely helps. Second run, I wore my tires pretty quick trying to pass Jared, and definitely didn't have a long run car there. I think Chris, he ended up passing me for second, so caution came out, I was third, and I could kind of push it to make a short run car or save for a long. So I think it was just a good balance.
All right, bud. And lastly, anybody on the 24 that you need to thank tonight?
Just thank my teammates, Josh Mayu and Douglas Hess, they just basically keep me calm through the race if I'm getting kind of antsy and stuff like that. So definitely appreciate them, and appreciate you guys for putting on this broadcast for us.
Oh, not a problem. Our pleasure. And thank you once again, Dalton, and congratulations on winning again tonight, holding on to that first place in points, I believe, pretty easily.
Appreciate it, man.
Congrats, bud.
And that was the driver of the number 24 getting it done here tonight. 150 laps from Iowa, Rick. And it was a very, very exciting race. We'll bring up the unofficial race results here. It was Tucker, McDuff, Sargent, Stump, and Haynes rounding out the top 5. After that, you've got Hess, Widner, Mayhew, Garrett, and Pettit. Then Keith Dunn, James McIntyre, Doug Wasaki, Jared Mogard ending up 14th after leading the most laps of the race. And Trey Hoovler ends up in 15th spot.
We got Wesley Whitfield. Yeah, Wesley Whitfield in 16th. Dale Albright in 17th. Jamie Christensen, after getting disconnected, coming back in, he finished 18th tonight, Chris. Green Mountain Madman, AJ Hamill in the 18. He finished in 19th. Stephen Page in 20th. Matthew McLean, after that wild ride, he ended up in 21st. Al Smith Jr., tonight's sponsor, in 22nd. Andy Lambert in 23rd. And rounding out the field, Bruce Potter in 24th.
And that's going to do it right here from Iowa on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure to tune in just about every night. We've got something going on, and we look forward to seeing you out there with us. Have a good night, everybody. Rick, you too.
Take care.